Now let's talk about the Mac. There has never been a more exciting time for the Mac. We recently announced that we were embarking on a 2-year transition to Apple Silicon, and we're off to an incredible start. The reception to the new MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and Mac Mini with M1 has been off the charts. Wired called M1 a Mac revolution. M1 delivers incredible performance, custom technologies, and revolutionary power efficiency. With a giant leap in performance per watt, every Mac with M1 is transformed into a completely different class of product. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a breakthrough.
M1 has been a gigantic leap forward for the Mac. It has redefined the MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and Mac Mini, shattering expectations of what each of them can do. They've shown how M1 plus macOS Big Sur can bring breakthrough performance and power efficiency to the Mac. Users have been absolutely blown away by their responsiveness and amazing battery life. And developers have been busy delivering universal versions of their apps. In fact, there are now thousands of universal apps available that take full advantage of M1 and Big Sur, including Photoshop, Twitter, Microsoft Office, Quicken, Slack, Affinity Publisher, Zappos, 1Password, and DaVinci Resolve. And there are more arriving every week. These Macs demonstrate how M1 can dramatically move the Mac forward. But there's even more that it can do. With its system-on-a-chip architecture, M1 allows us to push the Mac far beyond what was previously possible. And that's why we're here, because today we're thrilled to introduce a Mac that has been built from the ground up around M1. And here it is.
The all-new, completely redesigned iMac is more personal, more powerful, and more capable than ever. And it's incredible from every angle. It's bursting with color from both the front and the back, and it practically disappears when you view it from the side. Let's take a look at its revolutionary design. iMac's new form is stunning, with a spectrum of vibrant colors, so you can choose the one that fits your own personal style. We wanted it to feel light and optimistic, while instantly brightening up any space. From the front, iMac is clean and simple, with a single sheet of glass covering the entire surface. The softer colors and light gray borders ground the iMac in your environment and allow you to focus on your content. In contrast to the more neutral front, the back is designed to really celebrate color with bold, richly saturated shades. In many places, the back of iMac is the first thing you'll see. So we created colors that would bring a sense of joy to any space. Next, let's check out the striking side profile, where you really see the profound impact of M1. With every generation, iMac has moved closer to our vision, to make the computer disappear. And while we've had the same great design for several years, we haven't had the technology to take the next big step until now. Because M1 has enabled us to get closer to that vision than ever before. For comparison, let's take a look at the previous iMac. The logic board and thermals were huge because of the power-hungry processor. And the CPU, GPU, and other components were all separate chips in the system. Now, with the system-on-a-chip architecture of M1, these are all consolidated into this much smaller logic board. And because M1 is far more power efficient, the bulky thermal system is replaced by just 2 small fans. This keeps the system cool while running exceptionally quiet. In fact, for typical use, iMac stays under 10 decibels, which is barely audible to the human ear. Together, these 2 components help reduce iMac's overall volume by over 50%. The result is a design that's much more compact and just 11.5 millimeters thin. And with an even smaller footprint, it fits easily into many more spaces. Next, iMac has always been about its best-in-class display. So on the new iMac, we made the display an expansive 24 inches. By narrowing the borders, we fit the significantly bigger display in a design that's only slightly larger than the 21.5-inch iMac. And it has nearly 11.3 million pixels in its 4.5K Retina display, so you can see your content in all its glorious detail. And with a P3 wide gamut and over 1 billion colors, plus 500 nits of brightness, every image is brilliant and vivid. It also has True Tone, which automatically adjusts the color temperature as your environment changes for a more natural viewing experience. And it has a coating with industry-leading low reflectivity for greater comfort and readability. iMac's new design, with its immersive display, is awesome, and we're just getting started.
If I try to tell you, then you try to hurt me. Y'all don't hear me. 6'6" piston.